So now a three-dimensional animal knows I am the one who controls here and God has no ability here. So even God needs to get into you. Even Jesus promised that I am going to heaven, but me and my Father will come and make our dwelling in you. He knows he has no place. That's why the book of Ephesians 5:3 says we are his members. Why? He can't come here alone. He'll be breaking protocol. Even Jehovah needs to be in you. The day you know this, knowing it is different from hearing it. And hearing it is different from knowing it. When you know, you walk like you know it. What causes a man to literally know that this person says they can't walk? I'm not talking about people who are put in a wheelchair for those 15 minutes. Because, this country has no people in wheelchairs. Go to Africa. If you see any church that has got new wheelchairs, it's important. They need that because they can push people around. You can tell the person I'm praying for might fail to stand up, but they also will stand up anyway. Because this is a new wheelchair. That means the pastor provided the wheelchair so that they can be pushed because they are tired. Have you ever been to the airport? To the zoo? You get there. And you see people being pushed in wheelchairs. So you'll be just behind them like this. And when they get to the entrance of you see the person going, like, shut up! You can walk. In Africa, if you see someone in a wheelchair, forget it. They're not walking nowhere. So Jesus said to the spirit, you are who? I'm legion, for we are many. Immediately listen to this and listen carefully. Immediately the demons cried out and begged Jesus, put us in the pigs. It knew the moment it has a few seconds of not being put somewhere, it turns from a three-dimensional expression it had to no expression. So it doesn't exist anymore. But it knows it exists. But it's in anguish in that existence. Because this is the state by which it was thrown down from heaven. And changed its form. Yet its form could move around. Now the only way to experience what it used to experience is through a vessel called a man. Now it wants to go. That's why Jesus said, and when Jesus healed the man and cast out the spirit which was dumb. Notice, it doesn't say the man who was dumb. It says the demon was dumb. That means it is the demon that wanted to be dumb. So it expresses itself inside the man who speaks by stopping him from speaking. So the vocal cords are there. The voice box is there. The mouth is there. But the person doesn't speak. Doesn't make sense. Even science can check and say everything that is needed for the person to speak is there, but they won't speak. That's why they try operations. These operations are trying to fix things that they already know are there and trying to maybe, if we do it this way, and the demon is in there going like, I don't want to talk myself. So if I don't want to talk, he shouldn't talk. And if I don't want to hear, he shouldn't hear. So you become deaf. And if I don't want to walk, you won't walk. So you become lame. Not because something happened that makes you not walk, but there is a demonic entity that is grabbing you because it doesn't want to express itself that way. So dimensions are there. The reason I have him here and I say now I need to go and give money to church there. God inside is the one who says we need money in our church. Ananias and Sapphira were pushed by God. Go and declare that you can give us the money for the land. So God is on the inside saying do it. Why is he saying it? Because he wants his church to have that money. But Ananias and Sapphira now yielded to the demonic influence. So the demonic influence stops the expression of God. So the person now says, it's not that man we got. We got a little bit less than what we told you. So God is standing going like, "Whoa." So my church doesn't have any money anymore. So you would think God doesn't want to give you money. No, there is a demonic entity that has caused a person who was supposed to give you that money to withdraw their requirements. Their desire to give you now has been withdrawn. Now all of a sudden the person who promised you a contract for 4 million is no longer interested. The business you were supposed to get 5,000, no longer interested. The signature you signed in that house, you were supposed to get that house on top of a hill, is now cancelled. You wonder what's happening. There is somebody who got in, the person who was a decision maker, and expressed the desires of demons instead of the desires of God. That's why intercession is important. It changes a lot of people. Now hear this. Thank you. Are you getting this? So he says, out of them, out of the men, and the demons came out. And when they came out, they begged, "Put us in the pigs." That means demons have a choice. They know they can't survive in pigs for too long. Why did they want pigs? When they knew pigs were temporary. They were trying to regroup and figure out where to go. So they wanted that leeway, that time to process. The best location for them is a human being, not a pig. And I want you to see what happens immediately the moment they get into pigs. Pigs committed suicide. So their idea is, I need to survive. I get into a person. But when they get in a person, they want to kill the person. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So the main function of demons inside you, number one, is for survival. They need to be in you before them to survive. Number two, they need to kill you. So don't even think if a demon gives you any hearing, any time of the day, it is trying to make you happy. No. A demonic entity is one thing only: to make you regret your life. Wow. Do you know you don't even to be told this is a demon controlling me? You don't. You just know you are going against what you would go. If you were worshiping God, you'd go this direction. But you are now forced to go that direction. Even if you sit down on you say, I should just have done this and have avoided this. Then you know there is a demonic entity being involved. Your idea of allowing it to continue, proceed, is because you are trying to give it expression. The idea of God is never to give demonic beings an expression. Remember, if you ignore the devil will leave. The devil can't stand to be ignored. He will do anything. He will dance around. You just say. I told you, Pastor Chris, one time he woke up and something was making noise in the room, and he woke up. He thought it was what? He looked around and realized it was demonic influences trying to get his attention. He said, it's just you, devil. He immediately left. He thought, in this room I'm undermined. I'm nothing. This man doesn't consider me any threat. If it was you wake up like, devil. You call the pastor. Please. Who is in church? Elder Marvin, please pray. Fire, please. You wake up and say, it's just the devil. Get lost. Hey! Yay! Woo! Sit down. Sit down. Zelukalia manevino. Ikrakatavalo arate. Imbrakuvulia nanonzi atalagayas. Iselano nana. In Jesus' mighty name. Sit down. Put us in pigs. And Jesus said, yeah, you can go to pigs. That means demons can be directed. You can tell them where to go. Any moment the devil tries to control you, your best idea is to immediately, without fail, immediately confront him. I know who you are. You're causing me to do this. I know it seems nice to do it, to follow you, but I don't go for what is nice. I go for what is right. The issue of demonic influences is always by choice. It's never by feeling. I feel this way, so I react towards my feeling. No. I go against my feeling. Let me tell you something. There is no sin that happens without you wanting it. There is no mistake that takes place in your life. Just it happened. I don't know how to control it. Never. You'll be lying. Even the devil knows you're lying. Because if God says it, it is God speaking. I said God is speaking. I said God is speaking. And when God is speaking, He is right. If God says Uebert Angel is short, I am short right now. You can measure me for the whole day. I can be 2 meters. God is like, He's short. And I will speak the same language with God. I am short. Even when I know by standard of the earth I am tall, that definition for tall becomes short. Listen to me. How then do we change from realm to realm? Because all this you were hearing were nice things about changing realms. Do you realize what I'm talking about? That the Bible talks of Samuel. It says, in the days of Samuel. It says he built an altar. Do you understand here? The idea on how to control dimensions, how to move in dimensions, is the construction of an altar. And I'm not talking about a physical substance called an altar. The Bible says, and Samuel built an altar. And when he prayed there and sacrificed there, guess what happened? The Bible says the hand of the Lord was perpetually against the Philistines all the days of Samuel's life. All the days of Samuel's life, the hand of God was against the Philistines. Imagine knowing you are in your house and say, the Philistines will never fight us as long as I live. Because of me. You will never be broke as long as I'm alive. Being broke is a choice. As long as you are a son, a daughter of Uebert Angel, being broke is a choice you are making. Sit down. Imagine knowing that I carry the unction for prosperity. I carry it. This is not some talk. I know this. I carry the unction for money. I have grace to multi-millionaires and billionaires. I have grace. I know this. It's not a talk. No, brother, it's not a talk. This is reality. Sit down. When I get to a place, you run around. I got to a place and with the guys there and the pastors following, and there is this brilliant young man, rich young man. He's selling his apartment for 800,000 or something like that. Then he went to 750. Then he went to 700. Then he went to 680. Then he went to 650. I refused. I'll get it at 600. Do you understand this? That the moment I arrive, I choose the prices. Because I'm hitting him from a different dimension. He himself will get confused. He started by saying, you put 500,000 first, then you give me 200,000 in 1 year. Then he changed, he said, 200. Even him, he gets confused. He doesn't even know why he's getting there. I don't even go there to negotiate. I say, you guys, talk to him. Because the moment I sit there, you get confused more. So before you know it, he's ending it for free. Sit down. After you sign, that's when you realize, something is coming over you. I said, something is entering you now. Something is entering you now. Sit down. Woo! Sit down. Sit down. Shout altar. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? Balusha no manglete zeda baya. Kiramando manglete vengomana. Li sozo vayata. Ireko lamandazo. Whoosh.